Hey guys, it's your not so typical Belbeth, aka Belbeth Yamas, and I'm coming at you guys with the second video today, and today's video is actually, or my second video today, is actually about everything you need to know about Miraculous, the Tales of Cat, imagine, the Tales of Cat Noir? No, the Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Now, this is everything you need to know about Season 1, this is clearly spoilers. If you haven't watched Season 1, go watch it. The whole Season 1 is on Netflix. Now, Season 2 just came out, but it still hasn't been dubbed over completely in English. Now, I'm looking forward to that. I made sure to stay away from videos about Season 2 on YouTube. So yeah, hopefully Season 2 is going to be kicking while I heard that it is. So yeah, let's continue. So like I said, you guys have probably already watched Season 1, so let's just get on with it. This is everything you need to know for people that are new to the franchise, just like I was about a week ago. Okay, now our protagonist in the show is Ladybug and Cat Noir. Ladybug being Marinette Dupang Shing, and Cat Noir being Adrien Aigrette. Now, our antagonist in the show is Hawkmoth, who is also Mr. Aigrette, being Adrien's father. I know, plot twist already, right? Now, none of them know their true identities, because having Kwamis consists of them being secretive about who they really are. So they don't put each other in danger, they don't put themselves in danger, you know. Now, a Kwami is a little character or magical creature, as we can say here. Now, their Kwamis, Plague being Cat Noir's, Adrien's, and Tiki being Ladybug Marinette's. Now, Cat Noir and Ladybug's, they're kind of each other's yin and yang. Now, Black Cat being bad luck, Ladybug being good luck, it's just, they're each other's perfect match. Now, it is stated by Tiki that they've always been paired together for centuries, even showing that they've had maybe like Tiki being around 5,000 years old or more, because in one of the episodes they show hieroglyphics, they show hieroglyphics, and they show Tiki being in there, like one of the little caricatures on there. So, let's get back to everything. Okay. Either way, like I said, they've been paired up for many centuries, being different Ladybug, different Cat Noirs. Now, that could sprout some romance. As some people might know, there's usually romance in action shows, vice versa. Now, this is no exception. Adrien likes Ladybug. So, Adrien, Cat Noir, likes Ladybug. Ladybug, Marinette, likes Adrien. Now, Ladybug does not like Cat Noir, because, you know, they don't know each other's identities. She just finds him annoying and flirty, so she just kind of disregards him. And Adrien only sees Marinette as a friend. Right, guys? She's just a friend. Now, so, since they don't know each other's identities, some people like to say, like, oh, you know, the mask is just covering their face, how can't they notice who they are? Marinette has pigtails, her hair is blue, her eyes are blue. Adrien's eyes are green, and his hair is blonde. Well, it's said that whenever they transform, that their voices might be a little different. Their faces might not look different. It's just probably the covering of the mask. But think about it. If you heard someone and their voice is different and the majority of their face is covered, would you really know it's them? Now, there has been many opportunities for them to know each other's identities because they have detransformed in, you know, many of the episodes. But, you know, if it was up to, you know, Adrien, Cat Noir, I think the cat would be out of the bag by now. See what I did there? Let's keep going, guys. And now they, you know, they can transform. They have transformation sequences, kind of like Sailor Moon, if you guys have watched that. Now, whenever they transform, whenever they use their, you know, I like to say their best move, they get reduced to a couple minutes to seconds to transform back. So once they use their best move, they, you know, they have to get out of there ASAP, or they need to finish up quick. Now, can they transform again in the same day? Yes, they can, but they need to feed their Kwamis. Plague likes to eat carrot cheese, and Tiki likes to eat cookies, because, as you guys know, they're kind of polar opposites, so, you know, it makes sense. She likes sweets, he likes savory. It just happens to be that in this century, or this era that they're in, they happen to like things that are more basic, I guess you could say, because if you think about it, centuries back, I wonder what they were eating, you know? Okay, now let's get back to it. Now, like we said, Adrien, you know, he likes Ladybug, but for those of you who don't know, Adrian was new to the class up until, okay, this is just to say something. In the episode where they're in the, museum, they state that it's a 10th grade history book. Now, if we're going off that logic, Adrian's been homeschooled up until the 10th grade. So he hasn't had any friends besides Chloe. Now, Chloe happens to be one of the characters in the classroom that's, pretty kind of full of herself, kind of rude. Now, Marinette and Adrian kind of got off on the wrong foot, Adrian was trying to remove some gum from the bench while Marinette came in and thought that he was placing it there. Since no one knows Adrian, Marinette just assumed he was rude, just like Chloe, because, they've known each other since they were children, because they come from a wealthy background. Adrian's father happens to be a famous designer in Paris, while Chloe Bourgeois happens to be the daughter of the mayor in Paris. So, let's keep going. Even though Adrian says he loves Ladybug, since we know he has, his interactions with the people, might be a little bit different than the usual person, we can go off a basis to say that maybe he doesn't really love Ladybug, but it's more of a sense of adoration. So yeah, it's kind of like love, but it's more like he looks up to her because she's so straightforward, she's a badass chick, and because, she's cute, the mask, it just covers there, but the personality is still fire, Now, it's vice versa for me thinking what Marinette thinks of Adrian. Now, since they came off on the wrong foot, even though Adrian's supposedly said to be, good-looking guy since he's a model in the show, it doesn't change the fact that since, like I said, they got off on the wrong foot, she didn't really look at his looks. She was just more like, oh, he has a bad personality, I'm over that, But once he apologizes to her, gives her an umbrella, she was clearly swooned over, and then she started to mumble whenever she speaks to him. So she can never really hold a conversation with Adrian. Now, let's see what else we haven't covered. Now, we end up being told later into the first season that there's more than one Kwame. And that makes sense since we've seen Plague, Tiki, we've seen Hawkmoth's Kwame as well. And later into the last episode, we end up seeing a box with a bunch of different, brooches signifying different Kwames that we might be introduced to Season 2, since it wasn't covered in Season 1. Now, since I feel like I covered most of everything, let's get to talking about some jokes in the series, right? Now, let's sum it up to maybe 8 things, so let's get with it. Okay, first one, Chloe being Chloe. 2, Adrian making a lot of cat puns as Cat Noir. 3, Cat Noir calling Marinette, Marinette as well, he's called her my princess, but the way he talks to Ladybug, he calls her Bugaboo, my lady. 4, being that even though they haven't seen each other's true identities, Adrian always says that Marinette is just a friend, even though he's shown interest in her, I feel personally. But I feel like he doesn't really realize that yet, since, he hasn't had enough interactions to really know that, oh, I like her, or, I know what this is the feeling of, liking is. Now, what else? Also, I don't think I covered this, a little bit ago whenever I was talking about the main things, but it said that their Kwames can change their voices, even though their faces are covered by the mask. They might not recognize each other, even though you could say, okay, well, Adrian has blonde hair, and Marinette has blue hair and pigtails, How hard would it be for him to look at a girl with blue eyes, blue pigtails, what's going on? Well, personally speaking, the first time I saw Marinette's hair, whenever I saw that it was blue, I just assumed it was a darker shade of black, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you guys have seen old school comics, but in comics, they'll have the people that have black hair, but they'll highlight it with blue, so then it can, bounce off the comic, you know what I mean? So I feel it's the same thing. Maybe it's not that Adrian can't recognize the, character with blue hair, but maybe it's just more her hair might be black. And if we're going off that basis, there's a lot of people with, brunette hair. Now, yeah, I feel like I covered the majority of everything in this video, and this is just a sum up of Season 1. If I missed something, definitely comment below. Let me know what I missed. And yeah, so Miraculous Ladybug is really good. You guys should definitely check it out if you haven't. And I'm so excited for Season 2. I don't know why I put 2, that's 4, but you know what? It'd be great if they had 4 seasons. Well, bye, guys.